Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Learning Curve, where we dare to try and we learn to grow. Thank you for joining us on this journey where every setback is a step forward to success. Sorry, I had to move that. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. As you can see, things look a little different here. I am sitting on my bed, comfortable, in my comfy clothes, because I did not want to make a podcast. I haven't wanted to make a podcast in the past 3 weeks, which is terrible because it's something that I love to do. But I've been going through it with a lot of self-exploration and journaling, and I took on this project called the Bored and Brilliant Project, and it's a way to get off your screen. But I haven't fully stopped being on a screen. It's just made me realize that I fill my days with a lot of crap, a lot of empty activities instead of doing something that fulfills me at the time. And within this, I started to do things that were fun for me, and you can read all about it on my blog, on my website. But I just haven't had the motivation to get up and make a podcast. However, through the Bored and Brilliant Project, I had a topic that kept coming to mind. And it was the confidence without comparison. This topic is huge because I have been doing a lot of comparing to my past self. And that's dangerous. Because just like other people, comparing yourself to someone who has different variables of life is terrible. Their process is never going to look the same, even if you're trying to reach the same outcome, because your variables are different. Your home lives are different. Your bodies are different. Your minds are different. Your mental health is different. All of these things that make up the outcome, the equation, all the variables of the equation that makes the sum of the whole are different. So the way that you're going to get the outcomes are different. And that's something that I want to talk about today. So let's get started with some comparison versus confidence. The first thing that we're going to jump right into is what confidence really is. And this is huge. This is like mic drop moment. But confidence isn't superiority, it's excuse my words. Confidence isn't superiority, it's self-acceptance. Boom. And it just, wow. You could sit with that forever and find 100 other different things to say. But building our self-esteem is never an excuse to demolish somebody else's. Like, we shouldn't be comparing ourselves and say, oh yeah, I can do this because I'm better than them. Absolutely not. That's terrible. And that's not kind, and that's not loving, and that's not a way to feel good about yourself. Confidence is not a skill that you know and that you're better at than somebody else, but it's the strength that you have to complete that task, activity, whatever it may be. It's the strength. And if you put in the work to do it, you're going to have the confidence and the belief in yourself that you can do it. Now, love the saying, we'll talk about this a little bit later, fake it till you make it. That's a thing because your belief is stronger than your ability most times. Your belief in yourself can get you further than your actual ability to do something. Whoa. I like to think of this, an example is the placebo effect. If you don't know, when you do a scientific research project, you have a control group, someone that is not making the change, so your independent variable is staying the same. And then someone that gets the pill, let's say it's a pill or something, I don't know. The control group usually receives a placebo effect or a placebo pill that's like sugar. Guess what? Sometimes the people that receive the placebo pill believe that it is making the changes that it is supposed to, and so they heal. Or something happens, whatever the dependent variable. So let's say it's a sleeping pill. If you're supposed to sleep better when you have the pill, sometimes your belief that when you take the pill, it's going to work. People who don't even receive the sleeping pill still sleep better because they believe it. And that is a direct reflection that sometimes it's not about what you know or whether or not you can perform it. It's what you believe. It's what you believe, man. And confidence is just the belief in yourself. Can you do it? Do you believe that you can do it? Boom. That's all. I could end the episode right here. But I'm not going to. Because something I learned through this Bored and Brilliant project is that social media is a big old rabbit hole. It's a trap. It's a trance. And we've talked about this before. And it's kind of ironic because I work on social media and then I'm like, social media sucks sometimes, but also it's good if you have healthy boundaries. Yada, yada, yada. Sarah, what do you think? Okay. Point blank, I think social media is great. It's a wonderful way to communicate, but boundaries are healthy. Obviously, being able to shut it down when you need to. All of those things are good. When it comes to confidence and comparison, that's where things go downhill for me. Because I do believe that social media kind of kills confidence. Because subconsciously, we are always looking at what other people are doing. And sometimes we're not thinking it, but we're feeling like we wish we were in their shoes. Definitely not good. We have the ability to change what we do with our lives. I could go outside and spend a day outside planting a garden right now. I could do that. Just whether or not I do it. That was a terrible example. I don't know. I'm just speaking out of the tongue. But social media is also just highlights. It's a highlight reel. It's, when you're talking, when you're like talking to a guy who played baseball and he's like, you want to see my highlights? That's what social media is for everybody else. You get to see people's travels. You get to see people's work experience. You get to see people's day-to-day lives. They read all these books. They cook all these meals. They go all of these places. They're hanging out with friends. That's just their best self. And that's a great thing. Like, you're not bragging, but you're just saying, hey, this is what I did. It's great. It's awesome. But when you're constantly scrolling through other people's, especially people who get paid for it and they're posing and their body looks great or they're making all this money and they're boasting about it online, it can be terrible rabbit hole for depleting your self-confidence because you don't believe that you have the ability to do the things that these people on social media can do. And that sucks. And the consistency of comparison can lower your self-esteem for sure. The more often you do it, the less you believe in yourself, or the more you look at yourself and you say, wow, I wish I was different, which is still the opposite of confidence. If you're looking at yourself, you're like, this sucks. Still the opposite of confidence. You don't believe in yourself. You're not accepting yourself for who you are. Those things can definitely be lowered by the constantness of comparison. And there's either consistency or there's the big amount. And both are bad. If you do it once and it's terrible and it's bad and you can really soak it in and you're like, oh, I'm terrible. That's just as worse as a little bit of comparison every day. Same bad. Same sort of bad. And, I wish I could sit here and tell you the healthy ways to engage in social media. But in all honesty, it's personal. If you wake up in the morning and you scroll through Instagram and you feel terrible getting out of bed, put your phone away. Put that phone down. But if you can wake up and scroll through social media and feel motivated to do what you want to do for the day, and you see people's day in the life, and you're like, let's wake up and enjoy the day. That's probably not a terrible thing. Motivation isn't bad, but comparison is. And there's a fine line between the two. And I definitely think it takes a lot of self-reflection and ability to say, I can't do that. That is not good for me. Let's shut it off. That takes balls. First off, respect for anyone that can do that. I've been going through constant amount of self-reflection and then still doing the things that are not good for me, knowing that they're not good for me, but doing them because they make me feel good in the moment, and then later feeling terrible. It's a cycle. It's a terrible cycle, but it's life. We live and we learn. But some ways that we can break through comparison and maybe be a little bit more confident in ourselves is not to compare your worst, right? Your down in the dumps, your funkiness, your awful parts of yourself that you hold on to, which everybody has. If you don't, you can leave. If you say that you don't have bad things about you, there's the door. Anyway, don't compare your worst self to somebody's best, i.e. social media. We were just talking about that, right? Social media is people's highlights. And if you are not having a great day and it's an off day for you and you're having a terrible time, you're comparing yourself to someone's best self. That is not fair. That is not fair to you. And I will be the first person to say that. You should not be doing that. Nor should you be comparing yourself anyway, but it's so much worse when you are saying, I have all of this garbage and baggage and dump, and I'm comparing it to someone's diamonds. They got garbage and dump too. I can promise you that. They just don't show it. And that can kind of go with fake it till you make it, right? Like, leave that garbage in the dump in the bag. Boast yourself. You deserve it. You deserve to be your best all of the time. And, I don't want to say that. That sounds stupid. Whoa. I'm not saying to not deal with your garbage. Right? We all got to take it out. Right? We got to take it out. But don't let that become your self-esteem, right? I feel like that's a good way to put it. Don't let your garbage become your self-worth. There's always goodness in you. And I'm saying this to you. You. You feel, you? Yeah, I'm saying that to you. You got diamonds too. But, breaking free from comparison. Fake it till you make it. Believe in yourself. Even if you don't think that you can, just say that you can. And that's where, daily affirmations come in, and you say, I can do it, I'm the best, yes. That can probably get you where you need to go, right? Believe in yourself. Fake it till you make it. If you don't have the practice, just pretend that you do, right? Because we said that comparison isn't necessarily having the skills to do it. It's yourself. It's you. It's you. It's your self-esteem. It's your self-expression. It's your self. I meant to say confidence. I think I said the wrong word there. Let's try that again. Confidence is not your ability to do a skill. It's the strength that you have to do it. There we go. That's better. Excuse me. Making some mistakes here. But it's okay, because what do we learn on the learning curve? Making mistakes is a good thing. You learn from them. Yeah. So some things that you could do is self-affirmations. We talked about that a little bit. And just take action over fear. Ooh, you guys want to know something? I use this quote, I swear, every day. It's from We Bought a Zoo. If you've ever seen the movie, you're already my best friend. I love that movie so much. We Bought a Zoo is like top 10 movies. I could watch that every day if I want to. But it's the dad at the end of the movie takes the kids to see where he met their mom. And he says, I just kept telling myself 20 seconds of courage. All it takes is 20 seconds of courage to start something. And once you start, you can keep going. All you have to do is start. It takes 20 seconds of courage. So action over fear. Just start it. Count to 20 and go. Count to 20 and go. And one other thing that can really help with confidence is to celebrate the small wins, right? Pick something small. Got out of bed. You made your bed. You cleaned your room. You passed a test. You made a smoothie. I don't know. Whatever it is that's small and can lead you with joy, just celebrate it. Go get some ice cream, man. You woke up this morning and got out of bed. Go get some ice cream. Ice cream will always be my celebration treat. But go treat yourself. For any small win, you deserve it. And I wrote this apparently. Kind of fire. It says, I said apparently, lift yourself and others up because confidence isn't a competition. Confidence isn't a competition. It's just the strength that you have to do something. It's kind of fire. Not gonna lie. All right. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I had a really, really fun time talking about this, and to no surprise, I definitely learned some things about confidence today because I didn't want to do this. And I also didn't think that I had the credibility behind my life to give a podcast about confidence because I'm not exactly the most confident person, but I definitely hold myself with confidence. I definitely fake it till I make it. But not 100% mastered confidence. And I think that's the point. Nobody can ever master the art of confidence. I don't think. What do you think? I don't know. I don't think that that's a thing that could happen. But you could get really good at it. And just to be able to say that you have the strength, you have the ability to do whatever you put your mind to. Whatever you want to succeed in, you can do it. You can do it. I recorded this podcast 3 different times, and I hated the first 2. And I'm probably not going to be super excited about this one either. But I did it. And I talked for 20 minutes, which I also didn't think I was going to be able to do because the first time I did it was like 5 minutes. I'm like, Sarah, can you please talk a little more? You enjoy talking, just talk. But this week, I am going to do it too, right? Right, give it a go. I would love to see, you can engage with this too. I would love to see it actually. Let's make a sticky note, right? Let's make a sticky note and write something that you want to gain strength in. Mine will probably be school and confidence in school, that I can do it, that I can keep going, that it's not going to end tomorrow. There's a lot of work that has to be done and I can do it and keep pushing through. And so let's write a sticky note, put it somewhere where you see it every day, on a door frame, on a light switch, on your desk, on your phone, somewhere that you can see it every day. So you can look at it and say, I have the strength, I have the ability to complete whatever it is that I put my mind to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you learned something today or even just got reminded of the importance of self-belief. And I am so glad that you joined us. Please check us out on Instagram, on YouTube, The Learning Curve /HQ. Also, postscript announcement. If you view this on YouTube, please go to buzz.uni.edu/thelearningcurve/ and go engage with the website. Right. This is part of a class project, and I have nothing but utmost respect for everyone that watches these. So if you could give me a little bit more impressions and clicks on my website, that would be super, super helpful. I need a ton more. So whatever you would be willing to give would be totally awesome. And I'm so glad that each and every one of you joined me today, and have a great week. Bye-bye.